Tonight on Si's Eyes on the Skies.
It was a pleasant Tuesday across central Iowa. Lots of sunshine across the state today, but coming up, there will be some significant changes in your forecast. I'll have more on that in just a moment.
Plus, Anthony has your national forecast. All that and more as this Tuesday, October 8th edition of Si's Eyes on the Skies starts now.
Live from Studio 171 in Ames, Iowa, the Iowa State Meteorology Department team of meteorologists brings you the latest weather from around the country and out your front door. Iowa State's longest running television program and the only live weather broadcast on campus starts right now. This is Si's Eyes on the Skies.
Welcome back to Si's Eyes. I'm now joined by Trey.
Pleasant day today, wasn't it, Lily?
It really was. It was a little chilly this morning, and then it warmed up, and then it got a little bit colder this afternoon again.
Yeah, that's just one of the things you can get with that dry air, but at least it made for some nice weather. We're going to talk about our temperatures because there will be quite a few changes on the way in the temperature department. First, let's start out with a look at the radar this evening. Really not too much to really look at this evening as high pressure is dominating central Iowa's weather right now. A clean sweep across the nation, across the state, and really not a whole lot of rain. As we zoom in right now, closer look, again, not too much going on. Coming up though, we're going to talk about when the rain chances will return and also have a look at when we'll see that big temperature drop. All that and more in just a moment.
On this day in 1982, an unusually early snowstorm struck the Black Hills of Wyoming and South Dakota. In parts of the region, more than 4.5 feet of snow were reported, along with winds as high as 70 miles per hour. And now, here's Anthony with a look at what's going on around the country.
Yeah, thank you, Lily. It is pretty quiet, actually. The good news is across most of the country here, you can see across most of the Midwest, the upper plains here, we are nice and dry, though. The bad news is we've got the S word coming back. Yep, we're talking snow in my full forecast coming up on the other side of this break. Stay tuned.
Today's look at what's happening around the nation.
Yeah, thanks, Lily. Like I said, fairly quiet weather across most of the country right now. That is the good news. Let's take a look here at our temperature map. 67 checking out right now in Kansas City, 64 for you in Cincinnati. Mid-70s down in Memphis, so fairly nice October day out there. Here's our satellite radar, though, as we make our timestamp go forward here. You can see snow up toward Billings there. That's really the only huge disturbance, I would say, at this point. Most of us here, no clouds, just very comfortable fall-like weather across most of the country. Let's zoom in here, show you, just give you a better idea of what's going on up near Billings. Great Falls really getting slammed with some of this snow, mixed precip, just lots of snow in the higher elevations, rain down as you go lower. But across most of the state, dealing with just those clouds, those residual clouds, and just kind of a mess out there. We do have kind of a tropical system, nothing huge to talk about though up near Florida. And this is just kind of sitting there bringing some moisture up near Jacksonville, Miami, most of the state of Florida, like we've seen usually throughout the summer where Florida just gets all those bubble up showers and storms. We're kind of seeing just those continuing across Florida right now. Here's our watches and warnings though. Like I said, more active the farther west you go here. Billings, Rapid City, all in this winter storm warning here, winter storm watch off toward the east there. Some areas could see 6 to 10, even upwards of 10 inches of snow in portions of Montana. So it's going to be a very active couple of days, and this system is going to move east and bring snow toward portions of Minnesota. I think Iowa will be spared with this one, but we're definitely getting into that season. So temperatures right now, though, nice, comfortable across the Midwest. You can rest easy tonight. 66 for us in Des Moines, 71 in Sioux Falls, 69. Good evening to you in Minneapolis. So a very comfortable day out there. Still sitting in the mid-60s by the time we head into this afternoon and evening here. A little bit cooler off in the Northeast, 50 in Montreal, 56 in Albany, 65, mid-60s in New York there. A lot warmer. This is personally where I would like to be right now, where it's about 84 degrees in Montgomery, 83 degrees in New Orleans, 83 for you in Houston, and that heat continues off toward the west. 95 in Phoenix, but how about you go a little bit farther north, 69 in Flagstaff, and that's a fairly common trend this time of year. You go up in that elevation, and those temperatures just really cool off. You can even get some snow. Phoenix might be 95 degrees, but there will be snow up in the Grand Canyon, so it's kind of cool to see that. 49 in Missoula, 70 in Boise right now, mid-60s for Idaho Falls. So that temperature trend continues. This is where our change lies, though. We look at the 500 millibar map here to see kind of what our pattern is the next couple days, maybe the next couple weeks here or so. This is this system that's going to work its way into portions of the Dakotas, Minnesota, bringing some heavy snow toward portions of that part of the country out there. Iowa should be on the warmer side of this, and we should be spared the heavy snow, but some places off in Minnesota could see a lot of snow with this one. So let's time it out. Here's our timestamp, 6:30. You can see the snow stretching off near Montana. This is going to push its way farther east as we head in toward early Wednesday morning. You can see that line stretching from Billings there. Rain off toward D.C. and New York here. We're kind of in between systems here in the middle of the country. And then this works its way farther east as we go into early Thursday morning. You can see Minneapolis still on the warm side of this, but then that snow pushes farther east, and there's a fairly sharp gradient here where that snow transitions into rain there. So we'll watch to see where that sets up. Still a couple days out, but we do know it's going to be a fairly strong storm. Probably lots of gusty winds, some snow. If you're traveling or have plans to travel in this part of the country, I would pay close attention to this forecast as we head into the next couple days. Here's your extended forecast, though, for New Orleans. You are not going to be seeing snow. The good news is 88 degrees for you on Wednesday, mid-80s for your Thursday with some showers and storms possible, upper 70s by Saturday. Beautiful looking weekend with shower and storm chances returning into early next week.
And now for our chat with our national weather person. Well, that's not what it said. It said banter. True or false? You should keep candles handy in case of a weather-related power surge.
Well, the answer coming up.
We'll have the answer coming up here in a little bit. Let's have a look at what's coming up ahead this week with Trey.
Well, we talked a little bit earlier about all that sunshine and the pleasant temperatures across the Midwest, but rain is back on the wave to central Iowa. You can see a clean sweep right now, a few high, thin clouds up to the northwest, but all that rain will be making a return as we head into Thursday and Friday. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a moment. Welcome back, Central Iowa. Hopefully you've enjoyed your Tuesday, and if you haven't had a chance to be outside today, you really missed a treat. You can see the satellite and radar imagery across the state right now. Just a fairly decent look across the state, and really just a pleasant fall day across much of the region. Let's take a look now at well, of course, we're going to have rain that will be coming back into the region as we head through the next couple of days. All right, well, when things don't go as planned, then we're going to do some improvisational here. So earlier we talked about a storm system that was entering in from the Pacific Northwest. That same storm system will dive south through the Rockies over the next couple of days. And as that system moves off towards the east, it will begin to pull up moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. We will see that moisture really begin to make a decent return in here by the time we get into Thursday and Friday of this upcoming week, and that will bring our rain chances back into the state. All right, now it looks like graphics are going to work with us now. So let's take a look at what's going on across the central Iowa region this evening. You can see this is I-35 outside of Ames right now, 62 degrees under mostly clear skies, winds out of the south-southeast at 10 miles per hour. Look at that dew point right there, 45 degrees. So it is fairly dry, fairly comfortable, and that is just what's made for a very pleasant day. Here's a look at temperatures across the state right now. You can see overall just a very pleasant look across the region right now. You can see temperatures generally in the 60s at 62 in Ames, 62 down in Des Moines, 67 in Ottumwa, a little bit cooler off towards the east. That's where the sun is set. You can see upper 50s back closer to the Missouri or the Mississippi River Valley. Let's take a look at wind speeds across the region right now. You can see overall just a fairly breezy day with winds generally out of the southeast, a little bit breezier back closer to the Missouri River Valley and eastern Nebraska and southeastern South Dakota, but generally right now winds are at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. We've looked at the satellite and radar picture. Again, really just not much going on right now, but that will begin to change as we head into the next couple of days. So as we look at the satellite and radar picture, you can see here's one system off the east coast, and then we had another powerful storm system that will be entering in from the west. So take a look at this right here. This is what we call an upper level trough, and on the base of this trough, we have very strong jet stream winds that will be rotating around the base of that. And so with those strong jet stream winds coming in, that is going to provide atmospheric lift. And with the moisture that we have in place, we will certainly see our rain chances begin to go up with this as well. And then also cold air will be filtering in on the backside of this upper level storm system. So a lot of changes will be on the way, especially once we get into Thursday and Friday. Here's a look at the future cast. You can see starting tomorrow morning, mostly clear skies, a few clouds beginning to filter in as that system approaches. And then as we get closer and throughout the day tomorrow, you can see rain chances will begin to filter in late tomorrow night and then into Thursday. That's when we're really going to see activity really begin to pick up. Some heavier thunderstorms down to the south and west, but other than that, mainly just some showers. And you can see all of that activity will finally begin to push off towards the east on Friday. It will be windy and much colder on the backside of this storm system. And then as we head into Saturday, you can see that upper level low will continue to spin up to the north with some breezy west winds continuing across the state. Overall, rainfall amounts with this system do not look to be as impressive as what we've seen recently. Generally, anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch of rain, but no major flooding concerns are expected. Overnight tonight, 45 degrees for the low, clear skies, a pleasant evening, and then for tomorrow it will be a breezy day, 68 for the high temperature, mostly cloudy skies with those evening showers. Here's a look at your extended forecast for Iowa State University. You can see thunderstorm chances will begin to increase as we head into Thursday, and then Friday it will be windy, much colder. That high temperature of 45, that will occur early in the day with temperatures falling down. We'll have a freeze on Saturday morning. That will likely be the first freeze of the season, and then remaining cool and dry as we head into next week.
All right, and reviewing our trivia question, true or false, you should keep candles handy in case of a weather-related power surge. And the answer is false. So this is actually because you want to use flashlights if you are going to be in a situation like this.
Right. Yeah, those candles, if you're not careful, you can spark a fire and have even bigger problems underhand.
Especially in a storm.
Right, absolutely. Have those batteries.
Well, when we think about like our traditional severe weather season where you need like the weather radio, you know, and flashlights and stuff, but the ice and mixed precip and stuff during the winter can be just as dangerous. So we'll have to, you know, remember that as we're starting to get into that transition to snow and winter, as you can see out in portions of Montana. So it's a little messy out there.
Yeah, we'll be messy here too in central Iowa later this week. So batten down the hatches, get ready, folks.
Yeah, winter is coming.
All right. Well, that concludes tonight's show. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You can find us every show on YouTube under our Size Eyes channel. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you on Thursday for another look at what's to come.